last month I had actually attempted a 11-11 hour like full immersion affirmation challenge. And I'm now finally making the recap video of it. I had some simple rules to follow. Also, some odd things kind of occurred while I was in the midst of doing it. And did I notice some like significant change after, attempting this challenge? Well, I will say this, a very historical event actually ended up happening that very day too. As you see right here, the date when this was actually done. And honestly, I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to complete it due to the autoimmune challenge that I deal with, and it had recently those last couple days having some physical fatigue where I was pretty much in bed by like 6 o'clock. So, first, what is an affirmation? An affirmation is basically a positive statement that you repeat to yourself to reinforce positive thinking. Basically a tool to rewire your subconscious. So now the rules. I had chosen to read out loud the three magic word affirmations that was actually popularized by the late and great Wayne Dyer. And I might make a future video of the three magic word affirmations. Then, while I was listening to the affirmation, I would use the restroom, I would jump on the rebounder, and as well as grabbing my fluids. And basically, that was bone broth, green tea, and water. I consumed no food during the time of the challenge. Also, part of the rules was not to speak with anybody in the home. The intentions with this was full immersion, whether if it was me saying it or listening to it. So, also a part of this, I ended up lighting some candles, one after the other, and that was for a twofold reason. And I'll put a link in the description below in regards to those two candles that I had used. And as I was saying, like I was using this for a twofold reason, other than as a visual timer. So I was also using it as an anchor to anchor in that smell and that triggering effect. So if I smelled that smell, where I would be starting to remember the affirmations. Like if you smell that certain smell and it brings up a memory, like some people think, "Ooh, warm apple pie in grandma." So that was the twofold with that. So now those odd occurrences. During the fourth hour, I started to feel like I was going through like a rewiring process. I happened to be thinking of a previous conversation, and I was really starting to feel and having this more knowing that things will really just work out. And I didn't really have to believe because now I just knew, having that knowing that things will work out. And you'll actually see here, I would put my hand over my heart while I was saying it. Okay, so during the seventh hour, that's when things really started to get kind of odd and weird. I was actually starting to have doubt. I began to pay attention to the time. I started questioning myself. Am I really gonna make it? Not knowing where this doubt is coming from because I am literally saying this. I am confident, I am serene, and I'm here thinking, how is this possible? I am speaking positive words and these negative thoughts and doubts are coming through my mind. I'm saying positive stuff, and yet my mind, something I choose to call it, is turning to go dark side. Star Wars fans will get what I'm saying. Then something just shifted. I stopped focusing on that overall time that was left and began to focus on that hour. I focused on the words I was saying and really became like just super present, truly understanding the words I had heard earlier that morning, again from the late and great Wayne Dyer. Dormant forces come alive, transcending limitations. Then, hour 8, hour 9, hour 10, I just really felt like I was empowered. I had overcome that 7-hour kerfunkel I was dealing with. Then, once I realized it was hour 11, I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna get this done. I still have a voice. Now, I really had wanted and really intended for this to end at 11:11, but that didn't ended up happening. I ended up ending it at 11:12. Still successful. So, what did I miss when I had completely shut out the world? And as I was sharing at the beginning, a historical event had happened during that time. July 13th happened to have been an assassination attempt on presidential candidate and former President Donald Trump. So now you can see how I had seriously shut out the world. And also, too, that was a pretty historic event. So, what were some of the after effects? So, for me, I will say I did feel like for myself had gained some more inner peace and kind of noticed for that first few days afterwards, I was having some very vivid dreams. Not sure what that was all about. Also, a personal confidence boost for sure, especially since I was able to complete, despite the autoimmune challenge that I currently deal with for now. Do I recommend? I say sure, why not? See how it feels for you. Your experience can be way different than mine. But overall, I will say it was a super neat experience, especially too for this being my first live challenge on YouTube. Now, if you'd like to learn a little bit more on affirmations and the 5 things that you could do to boost its success for you, then go ahead and check out this video right here. And if you want to check out that 11 hour challenge, then go ahead and check out the video right there.